Welcome to another Candid Conversation with Author Gwyn R.C. Moses. And I have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Shepsu here. I met him years ago, pretty more formally, when we were in college at Virginia Union University. Yes. Woo-hoo! VUU. So, also, he has sons, and I was thinking, we sort of knew each other in high school.
Yeah, Marshall Walker.
Yeah, Marshall Walker High School, but we never knew that years later we would produce sons that would be musicians. And he would have to really step up and be a father for my son a lot of times.
Oh, thank you.
Even with the travels and just being here and giving me time to even share at his home with his daughters, and even just come here and just woo-saw. So that's how I got to know him. But what has really got me excited about having this conversation is I've been attending his annual Memorial Day fiestas. I mean, like cookout food. I hope you know he's a cook. He is one of the best cooks around. He really is. When you get that smoke going, it's smoking.
That's right.
Hot. So at the last one we had last year, he actually had us to form a circle. It felt to me like a circle of life, for family. And the prayer he prayed was just so invigorating and strong, and gave us strength to go back and spend time with. It was like a charge for us to go back and love one another and spend time with our family, and not just when times when they're no longer here. Because when we have the cookout, most times we're here together, but then all of the most that should be here may not participate at times. You know, when you invite people over, and everybody has another reason. But then when it's that time when they're gone, everybody wants to get together and sort of express their sentiments. But now it's time to express sentiments while we yet live.
That's right, sister.
I just want to have a conversation, and we're just going to candidly talk as I do with all the others that I've done.
All right.
I'm honored to even have you.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here.
Even accept the invitation to conversate with me. So next topic I want to talk about is family. What is your basis or any of your beliefs that has strengthened you as a male, being the head of a household and family?
Well, I guess I was raised up on the south side of town, on Forest Hill Avenue and the Chippenham corridor. That used to be actually an all-black neighborhood called Granite, and that was in Chesterfield County before it was annexed by the city. And on the corner of Forest Hill Avenue and Cherokee Road was my family's property. And there were 6 houses, the Davis clan. And so I was reared with my grandfather's first cousins. My great-grandfather's brother, Uncle Buck, lived right next door to us. And Uncle Buck's brother, my other uncle, we called him Uncle Punk, but his name was Lawrence Davis. They lived in the big house right in the corner of Cherokee Road. And I probably had about 16 or 17 cousins that I grew up with. And then all up and down Forest Hill Avenue with other parts of my family, the Carringtons, the Taylors, the Colemans, the Whites, and the Mickens were all my blood family. So I was raised in the context of family. And in our home was 3 generations. My grandparents, my mother, myself. In the big house that the Davises came out of, there were 4 generations in that house. So that kind of really formulated my upbringing and my reality that everything that we do is in the context of family. Now here's the problem that we have in the modern sense. Back in the 70s, we used to get together all the time in our families. Card parties and rent parties, whatever was going on. And so there were a lot of in-gathering. But as our families have, I guess, gotten more involved in being absorbed into America as the civil rights movement took place, then there's a sense of people being scattered. We're not getting together as much. We're not living in close proximity anymore. And then when we're gathering now, it's usually at a funeral or at a wedding. So, I can't think of the last time I heard of a card party going down or a fish fry or whatever else. And so what we try to do here in our family is to make sure we have that gathering in May so that all sides of my family are going to be there. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time. We're playing dominoes. We're playing cards. We're shooting, we're pitching horseshoes. We're eating, that type of thing.
Yes. The basketball.
Got the basketball going on. The boys that played out in the backyard, with the jazz and all of that. And once we can bring those traditions back into place, the end gathering, then that will help us to bring back a sense of balance and well-being for Black families.
Yes. And talking about the end gathering, I'm thinking of the word right now like modernization. Yeah. Everybody wants it to be quick and fast and not tried and true. Right. So losing that sense of spirituality within the family that helps groom the soul of who we are, I think that is lacking these days. So there's some great practices that we can put in place. You have something you can share that your family observed in the holiday time?
Yeah, well, what we do, we gather with our family really all year round. So we get together at the major holidays. We get together at family reunions. The Davis Clan, we do our reunion every June, the last Saturday in June. We get together at birthdays, that type of thing, and we gotta make sure that we do those so that we can stay consistent. And then the reality is that we got to see people. I tell my wife all the time, we got to end gather because people get sick, then they can't come, deaths come, and then if you haven't broken bread with people, and then they check out, and I don't feel right if I haven't seen somebody. So I try to make an effort, the best effort that I possibly can, and make sure that we're going to observe those particular celebrations all throughout the year.
Your profession is social work?
Yes.
Yes, so we can even see how all of your experiences and your value system for yourself and your family plays a part in your social work and your outreach to others.
Right.
That's all I have to say about that part, but she'll cut it. But one last question I have. What would you want to be known for?
Man, that's a powerful question there. I think when my time comes and I make that transition to the ancestor realm, I want people to say that Mr. Shepsu had an unconditional love for Black people.
Yeah.
And he did everything in his power to try to restore the primacy of the Black family and to be able to heal a lot of these intergenerational wounds that had come from the whole process of enslavement.
Yeah.
Because we got to take a look at this thing. Even in gathering, celebrating, we are hurt and wounded people. Mm-hmm. And there really hasn't been any formalized healing from enslavement. And then this whole system of poverty, mass incarceration, drugs intentionally being in our communities that really attacks our families. Right. So my whole life is dedicated to that. So that's what I want people to be able to say about me, that I dedicated my life to that mission of restoring the primacy of family and trying to heal all those wounds that our families are dealing with here, not just in Richmond, but in Petersburg, Hampton, Norfolk, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, because we're one people and we have the same problems no matter where we are.
Well, I wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. I feel like I'm speaking to Black history right now. Time. This is real time. This is real time.
Thank you.
Real time. So I just want to just pay my honor to you for the respects of even just caring for my son in the time of need, and then giving me opportunity to come to your home and just woosah. So
hey sister, we gonna continue to do that.
Yes.
So we're gonna make it happen, and we're gonna do it every year. And so your family is definitely invited. Dexter's in town. He can put it down with the boys again. Yeah. We got plenty of food and fellowship and fun.
Yeah.